Hi everybody, it's Maureen Sky coming at you. Crafty Sky Lady from from Berniston. Yeah, Turner's Falls. I'm losing it. Berniston, Mass. Here in New England, beautiful fall day. Oh my goodness! And we are sitting out here in our bug house. Say hi, Eddie.
Say hi. Hello. How are you?
He's got a nice cup of cocoa,
Got the cocoa.
and I do too over here. Beautiful with the typical cocoa, real hot with your marshmallows in it. Love it. And what better to go with it than a nice, Ritz type cracker with peanut butter, right? That's always good, and it's just so nice. And I'm sitting here doing a little crafting. I'm making this fall wreath, so I thought, you know what? Good day for a video, right? Yeah. So Eddie and I are just sharing old stories and just enjoying being out here in nature. You'll hear traffic going by because we're not too far from the road, and every now and then you might hear a train. I'm eating my cracker and cocoa. And tell us an old story, Eddie.
I'm going to be 80.
89. There you go. There's a story for you. He's going to be 89 October 5th. Today's the 1st, right, Eddie?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where the heck has the summer and September gone? I do not know, folks. Right, Eddie? God.
Yeah.
So, we just had a busy weekend. We had his daughter Michelle up from Florida. We had a great weekend. She loved it. Beautiful weather, too. And we went over to, yesterday, to Northfield, Mass., where they had the 350th anniversary of the town and all the history there. It was great. They had vendors and just a nice parade. Really nice. And then I took her to lunch over in Greenfield at the New Fortune, which was always very good. Their food is very fresh, and we enjoyed that. And then over to the Kringle Candle area where they had vendors outside looking at artisans just down the road from us. That was nice, and she ran into a lot of people she knew, so it was a great kind of homecoming weekend for her. So she just headed back. So I had made a nice corn chowder for us for Friday night. We had that Friday and, Thursday night and Friday night, summer Friday. And then we had the Asian food, Chinese food yesterday. And then Eddie and I will just make leftovers today, right, Eddie? Something good. Yeah, and just enjoying, just relaxing out here. And like I said, I'm doing a little crafting, so why not do a video? So I am going to see if I can, yeah, no, not gonna let me. Well, all right, tell them the story about the lollipop gas thing that you found. Share that story. Yeah.
Oh, the oak motor oil.
Yeah. Okay, so he's at the dump, right?
Well, every Thursday is dump day.
Yeah, dump day here in Bridgeton. Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
So while I was at the dump, this guy drove up on an old makeshift trailer, and he had a bunch of car parts on it.
He was getting rid of it?
Yeah, he was throwing it in a dump.
Oh, good
A
Lord.
bunch of wheels, headlights,
Oh,
from
boy.
the old Model A. And he was throwing them in the dump, and I told him.
You said to him, yeah.
And on top of that load of stuff, he had this great big oil sign on a pedestal.
Lollipop style, yeah.
Yeah, they call them a lollipop.
Yeah.
And he didn't know if he should threw it in a dump or whatever. And I asked him if I could have it, and he said, yeah, because he says, I'm gonna throw it in the heap with all the stuff.
With all the stuff, yeah. And did you know right away what it was?
No.
Not at first,
But
huh?
I knew it was an old sign,
Yeah.
and it said on it, oak motor oil.
Ooh,
And
yeah.
in the background, it had a nice big oak tree.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yep.
The sign was all embossed.
Oh, my. And it was like a porcelain material?
Yeah, it was bossed. It was porcelain.
Yeah,
On
embossed.
both sides.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
So I brought it home, and I put it in the garage.
And that's when your daughter, Crystal,
And then my daughter showed up a couple days later.
and she sells on eBay at the time. Yeah.
She sells on eBay. And she said, oh, Dad, she said, you ought to sell that. See what you can get for that. And I said, yeah, I will. I got to clean it up first. So she helped me clean it up. So she put it on eBay for 5 days
At auction. Yeah.
on the auction,
Mm-hmm.
eBay auction.
Right.
And it started off $200-$300. And it kept going up $400-$500, $800-$900. And I didn't have any idea where it was going to go. So anyways, by the time it stopped bidding on the 5th day, it was up to $2,222.
Oh, my goodness.
And the guy that bought it lived in Boston, and said, we live here in Berniston, Mass. He said, don't mail it. He said, I'll come right after it. So believe it or not, that afternoon he showed up.
I wonder if he's just the guy who collects them, because there's a guy who has a whole room full of them.
Yeah, and he's going to have it restored.
And he does. He restores them, and they're beautiful. Yeah.
And he said he never saw one like that before.
Wow.
It was a beautiful green and blue and red colors in it.
Oh, wow.
And it said right on top of that, oak motor oil.
Wow, Eddie. That guy who had it was throwing it away, didn't know what he had.
The guy that had it
Didn't-
threw it away.
Wow.
So I took it. I paid my taxes with it. Yeah. So that's the story on the oak motor oil.
Yeah.
And I've looked at a lot of books on signs and everything, but I never saw oak motor oil. So I'm sure it was well worth the $2,200.
Yeah.
So that's a story on my
Yeah.
find there for the lottery.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
um, another thing, I headed up to Keene, New Hampshire the other day to see some relatives and have lunch. Hadn't seen my half-sister Cheryl in a while, my cousins, Dolly and Peggy. So after lunch, my cousin Dolly, I wanted to go to a thrift store up there because I'm always looking for a new spot to thrift stores, and I don't know the ones in Keene, New Hampshire. So she says, oh, I'll show you. Matter of fact, it was like within walking distance. You could see it from where we were eating at the pub. So she shows me, and we go in there. She comes in with me, and I putz around for a while. I find some pretty good things, and very, very much like the store. Some things were a little high, I thought, of clothing and that, but the knickknacks and stuff upstairs in the hard goods were pretty good. So I got about $30 worth of stuff, and thinking I'm going to head home for the day. And that's when she says, the casino's right around the corner. You want to go? So I said, well, okay. I know I've only got a little bit more cash to spend, but it wouldn't hurt. I don't get out that much to do something like that. So I splurged and I went with her. And honest to God, I didn't win a darn thing. We both lost money, but I'll tell you, it is so easy to blow money at a casino. Be very careful, people. It's a small casino, very small, but they just renovated it. It's called Wonder. What did I say? Wonderland or Wonder. In Keene, and a nice casino, done up very clean, done up nice, and I guess they had just renovated it too, so it's all newer machines. And honest to God, the lowest bet you can do on those slots is 70 cents. Most of them average at 88 cents a bet. So you can just imagine, you put $20 in, and that $20 can go in a 2-minute flat. 2 minutes flat, you can blow it. And I did. You got to be very careful because you get psyched into it. And I like a casino like anybody else. They're fun at times, but you have got to plan. Okay, if I've got $100, I may not come home with that $100 because you're going to blow it, or you get lucky and you win. But I'll tell you, 2/3 of the people that walk out of there don't win a darn thing. That's what you got to know. You're going to have the brouhaha fun of the day of pulling, hitting the button and watching it spin and this and that. But now I came close, and one of the spins, and this is where I hit it twice, so it was close to like $1.60 something bet. Okay, and I came close where I had to get 3 diamonds. And I did. I had 2. I didn't get the third. I got 2. And so you can get diamonds or emeralds or something green. And that only awarded me like something like $12.60, something like that. So I did that a couple of times. But honestly, shortly thereafter, I wasn't winning. And every spin. And before you know it, the $20 you just put in is gone. So you throw another $20 in, and same thing. And $60 later, and I wasn't planning on going there. I said, I gotta stop. Of course, it was getting near supper time by now anyway, and I had to get back home. But anyway, not to say it wasn't a fun day out. It was. But just a heads up about, people who, in this day we're all trying to watch our money a little bit here and there, and it just, with our October taxes due, it really wasn't a good time for me to be at a casino, right, Eddie? But
Yeah.
you gotta live a little bit too. I've been working hard on eBay and crafts and this and that, so I'm ready to head up north to Brattleboro for Wednesday, getting ready with all my graphics, reverse graphics, and I've found a little bit better paint for going on a little smoother, so I'm happy about that. So I'm learning more and more each and every day. That's good. And just enjoying our company that we had. And I saw my daughter for a brief moment yesterday with her friend. They're headed to a postal something or other meeting in New Jersey. So she should be heading back, I think, today. Not sure. So anyway, that's good. And there's a lot of craft fairs coming about. There's going to be Scarecrow in the Park coming, October 21st, something like that. Of course, Eddie's birthday on the 5th. We did a nice little cake for him yesterday, pumpkin roll cake, and saying happy birthday because so his daughter could enjoy that. And there's getting ready for button up the pool and doing some things around here to get ready for the colder months ahead, which we kind of hate to see them coming. But right now, this type of year, right now, today is beautiful, huh, Eddie?
Beautiful day.
Yeah, I got an itch to want to get some more apples, a bunch of them, so that I can make a couple pies, apple pies. I love making apple pies, and I'm bragging, but I do make a pretty darn good one. I got it down packed after all these years. And I make my own crust and everything. With no store-bought crust for my apple pies. No, I gotta make them from scratch. And we'll be doing that. And yeah, this is the time of year I also like my sourdough bread with hot soups. And that's what we had the other day. I made a nice corn chowder. Michelle loved it. Everybody loved it. And my next venture with the soups is I want to make well, I don't know if Eddie will like this one, but I want to make a white bean and kale soup that they say is really good with garlic and different things, but he may not like that. But then I also make a really good roasted butternut squash soup, and I got to get my recipe out and do that again, and that requires carrots and different squashes, so I got to go get some nice ones. I might take a ride up the Mohawk Trail to a place that sells nice squashes. So anyway, that's where we're at. I hope you're all doing well. I hope since we last chatted it up that the universe has provided. And I'm going to sign off for now and get back to my crafting. It's been good having you all join me. And if you haven't joined me or subscribed, please think about that. I said, I need to build my audience, and I can do it. And this is my year, folks, but I can't do it alone. I need your help. So subscribe. Right, Eddie?
Yeah, we need you.
Yeah, that's the plan. We got great stories, we got great stuff, and I got pretty good content overall, so I'm working on it. But until we meet again, everybody, love y'all, and we certainly hope the universe provides, right, Eddie?
I hope so.
Yeah, bye for now.